What if the night don't fade, stays bitchy? What if the blind see truth so itchy? What if clocks tick backwards, time tricky? What if the broke had gold while it's sticky? What if all these questions spin? What if the loss was the path to the win? What if I never started, where would I land? What if I'm building dreams on sinking sand? What if the moon got beef with the tide? What if I'm the gun?
I want to speak to every parent and child today. Listen to the words that I speak out of my mouth. This is entitled, There Aren't Just Words. Don't tell me it's just words. Not when my son came home with his head bowed lower than his backpack. Not when my daughter started straightening her voice to sound less like herself and more like safety. There aren't just words. Not when a name becomes a weapon, a classroom becomes a battlefield, and silence, that gut-sick, shaming, dripping silence, becomes the only survival tactic a child knows. Don't tell me kids will be kids. When your kid gets to be curious and mine gets to catch a threat. When your kid gets boys will be boys and mine gets handcuffs before homework. They're not just words, they are branding irons, masquerading as jokes. There are invisible chains clinging behind school desks and locker doors. There are daggers and backpacks, and our babies are bleeding internally with no visible wounds. Why is your hair like that? You speak so well. You don't act black. Each one, each microaggression dripped in honey, but it still cuts the tongue. These words don't vanish, they echo. They multiply in the mirror. They follow our children into interviews, into elevators, into every room they enter where they wonder if they're too much or never enough. But we're not just here to whisper. We're not just raising mute warriors. We are raising children who will speak their name like thunder on dry land, who will walk into a system like earthquakes in dress shoes, who will respond not with fear, but with fire, because we are teaching them your voice is not a burden, it's a blade. Your truth is not loud, it's a legacy. Your blackness is not a mistake, it's a miracle. So no, they're not just words. They are chains. They are scars. They are inherited battles and buried cries. But they are also resistance. In every bedtime story that tells the truth, in every question that your child asks, in every history you dare to remember, in every time you say, I believe you, that should not have happened, you are worthy still. Because our children, they are not just kids, they are currents. They are revolution in a real time. They are what happens when we speak the curse of silence and teach love. They are both hands of fire. So next time someone tells you it's just a word, look them dead in the eye and say, no, these words carry weight, and so does my child. I will teach them to carry both, like royalty, like rage, like they were born for this shit. They're not just words. If you whisper, you will hear me. Shh.